Hello and welcome to Star Wars Culture Live, episode 54. Just over a year's worth of episodes, if you're counting weeks, which we didn't do it every week. But 54 episodes. We like to think this is our positive podcast. We like to talk about what we love about Star Wars. There's tons of negativity and toxicity on the internet, especially around the Star Wars internet. So we like to be the positive side of the Star Wars internet. We like to talk about what we love about Star Wars, the culture, the fans, the media, cosplay, news, anything at all. So if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about during the show, let us know. We got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about something that was newly released and the things that it connect to that were released a long time ago in this galaxy. But before we do that, let's get to our why am I sharing that already? Let's get to the our first segment of the day, which is what you up to. So tell us what Star Wars things you're up to in the comments. And Marty, what are you up to?
Not much. Just doing some research. Already trying to jump on to the next episode. I already got this episode planned out, ready to go. I was like, okay, let's plan for the future. So I'm trying to come up with all these different ideas. I have some in mind. We'll see if it pans out. If not, I don't know. We'll come up with something. Luckily we got some news somewhat today, but we'll definitely talk a little bit more about it next week, which is the mall trailer.
Oh yeah. Saw that teaser with the music and everything. That was crazy. If you haven't seen that, there's a new teaser. It's a teaser for a trailer that has like paint art and a really cool remix of Duel of the Fates. So check out the Star Wars pages. I saw it on Instagram, but I'm sure it's everywhere. Check that out. It's really cool. You're starting out ahead of the game for 2026. Planning our episodes ahead of time. What is that nonsense?
Right?
What is that? What is that like? No, that'll be great to have a stash to go through. Dark greetings to you too, Shoya. Welcome back. Hope your Wednesday is everything that you want a Wednesday to be. Hump day. What am I up to? First, I am aggressively repping the Roosevelt's store right now because both the hat and this jacket I got a gift card for. I don't know if you've seen these ads, but it's RSVLTS, and they have really cool Star Wars stuff. It's expensive, but it's really nice. They have a lot of like Hawaiian shirts too, but this jacket, as soon as I saw the Thrawn stuff, it's reversible, by the way. It has Thrawn's the Chimera destroyer, and the has a little on the right sleeve. On the other one, it has his that logo. I forget what the logo is called, but it's pretty great. I've been wearing it everywhere. And then the other thing that that I am up to this Friday, I prepared a thing for this, is the winter warm-up Kessel Sabacc charity tournament. We're doing that on Discord and on the app, the HoloCard Cantina app. We are raising money for a children's hospital in Baltimore through Extra Life, and we're going to play Kessel Sabacc, and the winner gets this awesome Alderaan Oasis Kessel Sabacc deck, courtesy of Merlin Models. But that is that's a tournament. We're doing that on Friday. There are like 30 people signed up, and that is almost twice as large as my largest tournament ever. So this is going to be something. There's going to be a lot of people. We'll have to explain some things and how to catch up, and I hope it goes well, because I know my regulars like know how everything goes, but I'm not sure everyone will know how this goes down, and I hope everybody can listen and get all the info they need.
So I think I missed it. Is it what kind of Sabacc are you guys playing? Is it all of it, or is it just Kessel?
We're playing Kessel. Yeah, it's just
Kessel.
Just Kessel. It'll be a with 30 people, there'll probably be like 5 tables, and then I don't know, maybe 5 or maybe 6 tables of 5, and then one winner from each at the finals table, something like that. So yeah, that'll be huge. Pretty cool. We've raised almost $100 already for the charity, so that's awesome. I've been playtesting some with the guys at Games of the Galaxy. Playtesting some Sabak or some of the new stuff coming out. While he answers that, let's go over to HoloNet News. A lot of interesting news stuff today. There was a lot going for Sabak variants. Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. I know how to do everything except the solitaire ones. I don't know how to play those. I haven't explored those types yet. Haven't had time after I started doing all the tournaments and stuff. Sorry. All right, news. There's gonna be a lot of interviews stuff here because Kathleen Kennedy did a big interview with, I think, Headliner or something. But first up, fact check. Some fans. Oh, we're getting our news from Star Wars Underworld on Instagram. If there's big Star Wars news, they post about it. So check them out. Fact check. Some fans seem to be under the impression that the sequel trilogy elements are being completely removed from Galaxy's Edge. That's not true. They are shrinking. About half of the Star Wars section of the park is turning into the original trilogy timeline. But the sequel trilogy stuff is definitely all there. I believe the markets are staying sequel trilogy, and Rey and other sequel characters will still be wandering around there, which is good. Breaking, Lucasfilm has now officially announced its leadership transition. Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down and will focus on producing full-time. She will remain as a producer for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie and Starfighter movie coming out. Dave Filoni will take on the role of president and chief creative officer, and Lin-Wen Brennan will serve as co-president. The way that I heard the workload was going to be split up was like it said, Dave Filoni will do a lot of the creative stuff, and then Lin-Wen Brennan will do a lot of the clerical day-to-day office president things. That they'll split up the workload that way. I think we talked about this a little bit last week.
Yeah, we talked about it. It was just then a rumor until literally after we got off the show, it was announced. I was like, "You sons of..." Anyway,
you couldn't just give us that definitively like 3 hours earlier. Yeah, here we go into the interviews. Kathleen, speaking with Deadline, Kathleen Kennedy addresses the possibility of Star Wars Starfighter sequels. I'm not going to read all these quotes because there's whole paragraphs of quotes on this Instagram feed right now. But basically, it's not their intention right now to do sequels to Starfighter. It's a standalone story, but the actor, the kid, is just so good that they'd be very surprised if there's not more in some fashion. She also said that she's spoken with David Fincher, Vince Gilligan, and Alex Garland about potential Star Wars projects. They're not. She's basically saying it's not like an easy instant yes. Like they're not going to drop everything and figure it out for 3 to 5 years. Like these movies are immensely complicated to make now with all the lore and all the other things to consider. So it's like all right, keep me posted down the line kind of deal. Excuse me. The current status of James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi film. Jim Mangold and Beau Willimon wrote an incredible script, but it's definitely breaking the mold and it's on hold. So it's not canceled, it's on hold. So that could be cool. I don't remember much about Dawn of the Jedi. Was that supposed to be like a way prequel? Like the Jedi are literally starting?
Yeah, it's literally like how the Jedi in the current canon came about.
Gotcha.
Which hasn't been explored in this canon. It has been explored a lot in the Dawn of the Jedi series in Legends, which came out, I want to say mid 2000s, mid to late 2000s.
Hilarious photo, Paul. That's interesting. just joined, what are we talking about? We're talking about some of the news that came out. Kathleen Kennedy did a bunch of interviews with Deadline, and we are talking about the details that have come out so far about upcoming movies. So yeah, that one's on hold. Dawn of the Jedi. She discussed the status of Taika Waititi's Star Wars film and Donald Glover's Lando. Taika has turned in a script that I think is hilarious and great. Donald Glover has turned in a script. I think the ones by Taika and Donald are still somewhat alive. That's good. That's going to be really up to the new team to figure out. Fair. She probably wouldn't comment too hard if she's on her way out the door. Commented on The Hunt for Ben Solo. Steve Soderbergh and Adam Driver turned in a script written by Scott Burns. It was just great. Anything's a possibility if somebody's willing to take a risk. Take a risk. Do it. She suggested to Deadline that the negative reaction to The Last Jedi played a role. Oh, this is a funny one. That the negative reaction to The Last Jedi played a role. I do believe Ryan got spooked by the online negativity. She said that, but then also there was a correction later on. Ryan Johnson replied to that headline and said, "LOL, zero spooked." Sorry. So no, he was not spooked by the. That wasn't.
Better
that
throw
wasn't
him under the bus.
I know, right? Like, bro, no, that's not what happened. Good of him to come out and say it though. Kennedy discusses dealing with the toxicity and bigotry in Star Wars fandom. I'm going to read this one. I'm honest, especially with the women that come into this space because they unfairly get targeted. I don't try to sugarcoat it, and I emphasize that it's a very small group of people with loud megaphones. I truly do not believe that it's the majority of the fans, and I think we're also in this weird world of where bots can affect things. You have to develop a tough skin. You can't make it go away. All we can do is put our heads down and do the work and believe we're doing the best we can, telling the best story we can. And if somebody gets really nervous about it and doesn't want to do it, I say then don't do it, because I can't tell you this won't happen. That is very fair and very honest. I think we've all seen how ridiculously toxic Star Wars fandom can be. I remember a certain YouTuber bringing a woman on who was like, even a woman on who was like, Star Wars is for the boys. Let the men have Star Wars. And you're like, are you what? The most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It is.
What? Why would you want the fandom to be cut in half anyway? That's the weirdest take. Oh, Paul. Yeah, I'm not putting that comment up there. You and I disagree. I don't think you'll like our podcast very much. Kathleen Kennedy gives an update on Simon Kinberg's Star Wars trilogy to Deadline. Simon Kinberg, he's working right now. He wrote something that we read in August. It was very good, but not there. We've pretty much upended the story and then spent a great deal of time on the treatment, which he finished literally about 4 weeks ago. And it's a very detailed treatment, like 70 pages. So he's expected to give us something in March. All right. Simon Kinberg's Star Wars trilogy. Do we know anything about like the topic of that trilogy?
We do not. I think rumor has it'd be a continuation of 10, 11, 12, but it wouldn't surprise me if it were anything else, to be honest with you. I really just don't want it to be episodes 10, 11, 12. I feel like the Skywalker saga just needs to be put to bed.
Yeah, need to be new what's it called? It needs some new blood, new stories. And definitely less Palpatine. I need not another Palpatine returned in this one. Yeah, this is like the second time ever that I've heard of Simon Kinberg. So I'm not surprised that I don't remember what his thing is. Oh, this was an interesting one. Kathleen. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I would say it wouldn't surprise me though if he's got kind of close relationship with Dave Filoni, so there's a chance that it'll actually take off after fully transitioning over, and things get a little bit more established. Simon will come back because Simon helped with Rebels, and I think he's helped a little bit with other projects as well in the Star Wars universe. So he's no stranger to the universe. Let's just hope though that he could do better with Star Wars than he could with some of his X-Men, material. Because
Oh,
he wrote X-Men: The Last Stand. That bombed.
okay. I
I
liked
think
it.
he
Did
wrote
it
and
bomb?
produced it. It was the weakest of the original trilogy of X-Men,
Okay.
and he also did Dark Phoenix.
Oh, I like that
X-Men.
one too. That wasn't good.
That one
I
bombed
like the
too, according to
I like the music in that one the best, I think.
yeah.
I also liked
But
Magneto on the train. But you're right, the things that I'm saying
that was good.
are like details.
But he also did some good things with it. Like he produced probably the most popular, if not really the kind of the second popular thing in the X-Men franchise, Logan. He produced
Oh,
that. Yeah, so he's someone I heard on a podcast. He's got like a 50-50 shot, with Star Wars. It can go either way with him at this point. Some things
yeah.
are good, some things are bad. But I think Star Wars, he might just understand a little bit more. It's like you're taking someone who didn't know X-Men and tell him write X-Men. So he did. He might know Star Wars and just know it.
Yeah. I think what was I gonna say? It's nice. I feel like there's good and bad to having people on the team that don't know Star Wars. Like I think it could help with storytelling. Um if someone is like just a really good director historically and really good storyteller that just doesn't happen to be a Star Wars fan, like if you bring that and everyone else is there for the Star Wars ideas and the Star Wars lore and the details, that could still be. I think more perspectives is never a bad thing.
I mean, like Tony
Um,
Gilroy, he didn't know anything about Star Wars, and he just wrote probably one of the best Star
oh
Wars
my
series.
god, Andor was absolutely out of my mind, insane good. Um, Something else I liked, Solo, a Star Wars story, was Kathleen suggested it was too soon. We were so excited about that idea, and then when you're into something and you realize fundamentally, conceptually, you can't replace Han Solo, at least not right now. As wonderful as Alden Ehrenreich was, and he really was good, and is a wonderful actor, we put him in an impossible situation. And once you're in it, and once you're committed, you got to carry on. I think I have a bit of regret about that. Not about the movie making and filmmaking. I don't ever guess about that. I just think that conceptually we did it too soon. I get it. Like because I can't see Alden Ehrenreich as another as the same Han. I just kind of see it almost as two different Hans. He did an amazing job. He got all the mannerisms and the smug cockiness and the like all that. He nailed that. But she's right. It was like Han Solo is still like around, like and kicking. And when you compare him to like Harrison Ford, like I don't know, he doesn't grow into. I don't know. It's weird.
It's one of those situations where I think we're still, even though what Solo came out, 2017, I think it was around the same time as
Man,
Last
I don't
Jedi.
remember. Yeah, it was like in
Uh,
between. Yeah.
in between it, so in a way, it's still, I guess 2018 if it was in between Jedi and Skywalker. Anyway, I still like it's still a little fresh that we just killed Han, and now we're getting a new Han. Sure, he's got the
Mm.
mannerisms down, but it's the fact that you have
Spoilers.
Harrison, right?
Just kidding.
A movie that's 10 years old.
I'm not there yet.
uh, but I think Harrison Ford really is what made Han Han. So like you're trying to copy Harrison Ford doing Han. I will say this movie deserves a lot more credit for trying to do something different than it actually got. People, I don't know why people hated this movie. I guess really It didn't do too good because they put it, one, in the summer, two, didn't market it as well as every other Star Wars film, and three, yeah, during the summer it was against Avengers.
Oh, it was. What was that? Infinity War?
I think so. I think it was Infinity War.
Okay, that would have been 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right there
I
in
remember
May.
that.
So Infinity Wars and Solo coming
Oh,
out
that's so mean.
time.
Yeah. Like, which one are you going to see first? Like, oh, that's mean. They're doing the same thing this year with Doomsday.
Yeah.
Not
And
Star
then
Wars, but
everyone's forgetting.
yeah.
Yeah. And so you got all that, but they didn't give them time to actually sit down and rewrite the movie with a new writer and director. They're like, you got this time period still, so go back and do all your reshoots you need to do. Do it quick. We're not giving you any more time.
That's not the recipe to success there. But
I
it was cool to see,
really like that movie.
Yeah, it was cool to see the just a taste of the criminal underworld on Corellia and the bigger one in like with Crimson Dawn and stuff. The train scene was pretty crazy. Also, the Empire when he was briefly in the Empire. That was pretty fun.
I have the.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, you're good. I have the expanded edition novel, and it goes more into his time with the Empire, where he actually was a TIE pilot, and just going against all these regulation orders. That's why he became the guy on boots on the ground, because he couldn't obey orders in the sky. So they're like, we'll just become cannon fodder at this point.
Yep. Yeah, that was very on brand for him too, I think. The same guy who couldn't do that is the same guy who couldn't really, like, he would drop shipments when the Empire was there and not follow through on his deals and keep losing money to gangs even when he's older. This one's funny. Disney just low-key retconned the TIE Echelon into being an Imperial ship, not just a First Order ship. Made it canon that Kylo Ren is a vintage ship guy. So I guess so here's what I think happened. Because they're putting Darth Vader and everything into Disneyland and Disney World, right?
No, just Disneyland.
Is it just West? Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're putting him there, they're not going to take out that ship. They're just going to leave that. I mean, they built a giant ship, like this ship that's in Disneyland in the First Order section. They're not going to build a new one like his TIE fighter or something. They're just going to leave that there and make it canon that ship is Empire, right? So they took a photo with him in front of it, and then they were like, "Oh, hey, yeah, just fun fact: this ship is not just First Order; it's also Imperial. Yay!" Like, and so now you make it so that it kind of works because Kylo Ren was so obsessed with Darth Vader that maybe he like thought the TIE Echelon was like similar to Darth Vader's TIE fighter in that way. It carries the same color and markings of all the TIEs from that area, or from that era, sort of like a vintage car. So canonically it aligns with the new updated timeline we're celebrating now. Yeah, I think you did that so you didn't have to like build a new ship. We're on to you, Disney.
I mean, I can see him being in the classic car guy. I mean, he's
he's
just like his grandfather in so many ways.
He's obsessed with Vader. He wants to be like Vader. He wants to be with that time period. Oh, like and Deadpool 2 came out at the same time that they were doing that.
Yeah.
So there was a lot. The summer is tough, man. That's when you put all the blockbusters out. So like you're gonna lose the people who just kind of aren't super into Star Wars and would rather go see other things. But if it's the only thing out, they're like, yeah, I'd go see that. Like, this one is cool. There was some rumor online that Dave Filoni didn't like Andor. That is not the case. He's said that like in interviews multiple times. He yeah. I don't know where that came from, but it was on big headlines. Everybody was freaking out about it, like trying to make it a thing. Finding something to complain about. Just check the facts, guys. Come on. George
It's like
Lucas
the
apparently is a
telephone
Broncos.
game.
Yeah, right. Like somebody like misread a line from a text and is like, yeah. George Lucas apparently is a Broncos fan, so the Broncos have the power of the force behind them. Honestly, anybody but the Patriots. I really don't care who, just not the Patriots. Now that my Steelers are eliminated. And the stupid Ravens are gone too. Thank you, Kathy, for 14 years. She oversaw a true golden age for Lucasfilm. Indebted to her for bringing us so many amazing stories. So thank you, Kathy. Have fun producing. Oh yeah, trailer tomorrow. Everyone like that? Yep. Visible Happiness. If you missed the very beginning, a new trailer for Small Shadow Lord is coming out tomorrow. Of course, it's the day after our podcast, so we'll talk about it next week. Maybe we can do an in-depth mall appearances next week and talk about his character in different eras. I have a fun fact about his fight with Obi-Wan. All right, that's all for news. Sorry, that was kind of a long one. 27 minutes on news. Oh my god. All right. Sorry. Anyway, all right. Let's get into the meat of our episode, which is to talk about. This is a Marty segment because I never played KOTOR, but we're going to talk about a new game was announced, Fate of the Old Republic, which ties back to Knights of the Old Republic, KOTOR and KOTOR 2. I never. Oh, kind of ties into that. See, this is why I'm not doing this segment. So Marty's going to talk about that. And I'm more excited for Galactic Racer. We talked about that before, so I'll talk about it more when it actually comes out. But Marty's going to tell us about Fate of the Old Republic and how it ties in or does not tie in to KOTOR.
All right, so let's start with let's start with what Fate of the Old Republic is. Fate of the Old Republic is a new RPG, single player RPG game that doesn't have a release date yet. Hopefully, the director joked about it. Casey Howard, who's the director of the game, who also directed KOTOR as well, kind of joked about it'll be released before 2030 because I'm not getting any younger, as he said. And I just thought that was kind of funny. So,
yep.
But all we saw in this trailer was literally the protagonist, which hopefully is a customizable protagonist, because you got to have one in an RPG, I feel like. But canonically, I'm sure the person you see on the screen is the canonical look of the character, which is fine by me.
In 2026, it needs to be at least a little bit customizable.
Right. Because heck, even KOTOR, you had the option to choose between 6 different male heads and 6 different female heads. So there's a possibility. At least we get that.
Yeah. Even
so
the Force Unleashed, you could pick a bunch of different outfits. Well, a few in the beginning, but then you can unlock like other skins. It's pretty fun.
Right. Let's see. I had my stuff here.
Sorry, I distracted you.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So, Fate of the Old Republic is a narrative-driven action RPG where you step into the role of a Force user on a journey through a galaxy on the edge of rebirth, blending innovative storytelling, memorable characters, and heart-pounding combat. So, luckily, it's not going to be, turn-based.
Oh, it's not going to be turn-based?
I don't think so. From the way it sounds, heart-pounding combat. I feel like that's more like...
Yeah, that's true.
Fate of the Old Republic immerses you in an unforgettable experience where every decision deepens your journey towards light or darkness. So
interesting.
Yeah, so it seems like it's still gonna have like the feel where you get to be either light side or dark side, which KOTOR and KOTOR 2 had. as well as the Old Republic MMO RPG. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk more just about the KOTOR and KOTOR 2. But the studio considers this game a spiritual successor rather than a direct sequel or continuation of Knights of the Old Republic, aiming to honor the legacy by creating a similar narrative focused and decision based role playing game. The project is
Okay.
led by Arkanauts game director Casey Hudson. So I think Casey has been, I think, with the VP and GM of Lucasfilm Games, Douglas Riley. They've both been together for at least 20 years, so they have a long history of what an RPG game should be for Star Wars. It seems like,
Okay.
but I just want to know, like, one, hopefully we get some more information on it later this year, if not next year during Celebration. Two, maybe a little bit more detail besides that little snippet we got, because I was already, like my mouth was already starting to water because I was like, oh my God, I need a game that's
More.
not, set during the Galactic Empire or,
Yeah.
something like that. Like it's something
Or the
somewhat
New
fresh.
Republic. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
We
something
need
very,
prequel games.
something fresh.
Like Star Wars
We
Battlefront
do need a
2 was
prequel
like the
game.
last prequel game.
That's true, but we do need a prequel game too. But we're going. I don't know. I'm gonna say at least a couple thousand, maybe 3,000 years in the past. So
Prequel.
but what does this mean? So is this going to be, since it says it's a spiritual successor? Will that mean some things from KOTOR and KOTOR 2 be canon, like the events of how Revan lost his way, fell to the dark side? Actually, we'll just go ahead and start right there. KOTOR. That's basically how this happens. A little bit of backstory before KOTOR is there's this great war between the Jedi, between the Mandalorians, and some Jedis, kind of go rogue.
Oh no! Wait, why are you muted? You're muted now. Sorry, that was my fault. Yeah,
that was weird.
It muted you, but
Yeah,
not me. That's so weird.
That is so weird. It's like, hey, he's talking. Shut up. So you got this rogue faction of Jedi who are like, all right, we're gonna step in and kind of end this war, and it's led by Revan and Malik, and the war finally ends to where Malik and Revan come back to only turn to the dark side, and we're gonna pick up to this where the game takes place, where something happens. Revan gets betrayed, and then eventually
betraying
goes,
somebody. What?
Right? So Revan gets betrayed, and he loses all memory of everything. And this is where KOTOR picks up.
Okay, seems a bit excessive.
So you wake up right in the middle of a battle on a star cruiser that's being attacked by the Sith Empire, and your character's like, I have no idea what's going on here. And the captain's like, all right, we need to evacuate. We got to go find the Jedi that's escorting you. Her name is Bastila Shan. So you try to find her. Eventually, you find this military captain named Carthonassus, and you escape in different escape pods and fall onto the planet Teth. The ship blows up, and apparently you're knocked out again. You get knocked out a lot when this game starts, apparently. So you're kind of like in like I don't want to say like crap area, but kind of like the bad neighborhood of Teth a little
Okay.
bit. Karth found you. He put you in a unoccupied apartment in one of the buildings, and then you get this whole spiel. It's like you gotta go find Bastila, uh, so you guys could all escape together. Well, then this is where the game picks up. You go and do all these all these side quests, all these quests to go find her. You find her being held captive. You meet a couple more people. Well, you meet a couple more companions you could use. A Twi'lek and a Wookiee. I forgot their names right now off the top. If anyone can comment their names, that'd be great. That'd definitely help. But so anyway, you finally find Bastila. You get off the planet just before the Sith Empire finds where you guys were located and decides to destroy the planet by bombarding it. Old school bombardment. And you are
Mm.
taken to Dantooine,
Okay.
to the Jedi Temple, and to find out that you are in fact a Jedi. You learn you have Force powers. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, mission. That's right. Yeah, he does start with a Z, but I can't remember his name now. Terrace. Yeah,
What's
thank you,
there?
Terrace. Why I keep saying Teth?
Oh.
It's Terrace, the planet Terrace.
Oh, okay.
A lot of T's, a lot of T names in these
Yep.
places, apparently.
Hmm.
Terrace. Thank you, Terrace. So you escape Terrace and go to Dantooine. You learn that you have Force abilities, and it's up to Bastila to train you and how to be a Jedi. So you get to finally choose your lightsaber.
Love it.
After you figure out what lightsaber you want, you go on all these quests. You got to finally stop Malak, while at the same time you're slowly regaining some of your memory back. So you go to, excuse me, go to a few other planets to do, ooh, excuse me,
Zalbar. It's a
Salbar.
good Wookiee name. Zalbar.
Don't know why I could have just looked here. Yep. So, okay, so you're taken. You got to go find basically a star. Let's see here. On Dantooine, the count train the Jedi, they accept, blah, 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 in spite of his age. And then apparently you're ordered by the council to investigate mysterious ruins that are believed to be a place seen in your vision. Therefore, you must go to Tatooine. So this is Tatooine 4,000 years ago. You meet another character who happens to be a beloved character named HK-47, who is an assassin droid.
Classic.
Yeah. So it's your place to find what is it called? I lost it. I had my notes, but now they're all just out of order. I think I have the paper copy saved somewhere. Okay. Here we are. So you explore. So you must explore these few planets to find star maps. You go to Tatooine, Korriban, Kashyyyk.
Ooh, Korriban.
Confronting both Sith forces and your own past deeds. Ultimately, the galaxy's fate rests on the player's choice. You either embrace the light side and defeat Malak and redeem Revan, or succumb fully to the dark side and seize power as the new Sith. The story ends with the Jedi triumphant or the Sith ascendant, setting the stage for a fragile post-war galaxy. So there's like this Sith, basically like another big world destroyer that you must also, destroy, which I feel like is very common in all these Star Wars games and movies. Like something big's happening, let's go destroy it. Let's see, it's called the Star Forge.
I've heard of the Star Forge.
Yes.
High Republic stuff.
That's right. So you go through all that. You get to choose be the light side or dark side, depending on your options, things like that. The story, man, it's been forever since I played this game. Now I want to go play it again.
Right.
$10 on mobile, so you play that on your phone or your
Yes.
iPad. And then let's see, 5 years later, you get KOTOR, with the subtitle being the Sith Lords. This one is the Republic is in disarray and the Jedi are nearly extinct. The Jedi exile.
Is this KOTOR 2?
Yep. So we're gonna jump to KOTOR 2. So after
Nice.
So I feel like really either way doesn't either choice you get in KOTOR doesn't affect KOTOR 2. I feel like it just happens.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, because you end up either light or dark, right? So but that doesn't affect how
I guess
KOTOR 2
technically
starts?
because I guess technically they do follow the canon. The canon is a male character who basically redeems himself and kills Malik.
Oh, okay.
So I guess they're hoping
they shoehorn you into the light.
Yeah, so they shoehorn you into the light. So starting with KOTOR 2, the light side and everything happens like that. 5 years later, KOTOR 2, the Republic is in disarray and the Jedi are nearly extinct. The Jedi exile, who happens to be the character that you play as now, you're no longer Revan. A former Jedi cut off from the Force after the Mandalorian Wars emerges as the new protagonist. The galaxy is fractured. Sith Lords like Darth Treya manipulates both the Republic and the remaining Jedi, traveling to planets such as Telos, Nar Shaddaa, and Korriban. The exiler rebuilds the Jedi Order while navigating morally complex decisions that challenge the very definition of light and dark. Companions like Kriya, Atten Rand, and Bao Dur provide guidance in philosophical debate, questioning loyalty, power, and consequences of war. The exile ultimately confronts Treya and the lineage influence of Revan, leaving the galaxy in a precarious but hopeful balance. So that's technically the good ending. The bad ending is basically you instead of restarting the Jedi Order, you just basically became the new Sith Order.
Okay.
But yeah, so like I'm trying to figure out like
how it would connect to a new game spiritually.
How to connect to the new game spiritually is like, so I feel like they will use probably the canonical good endings. I feel like that's how everything is supposed to be, is everything ends up good.
Out.
So, but you're kind of getting the not so happy version of a good ending where it's like, yeah, sure, we won, but I'm suffering from all of this right here. We're still in the middle of battles. There's all this destruction. Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like Revan, my prediction is Revan will make an appearance canonically, finally.
I feel like it would be a bold move to make a anything connected to KOTOR and not have Revan in it at all.
Right. Because you got Darth Bane, who canonically appeared in the in the current canon in the Clone Wars, but he first appeared like back in the novels of the Old Republic, called Darth Bane, Rule of Two, in its sequel. So I feel like it's only fair. They almost made him canon in the Clone Wars with Revan, with Bane, but Revan's like, I guess, story didn't fit what Yoda was going for, or what Yoda's path was supposed to be. So I feel like Revan now will finally get his canonical appearance in this game, not as someone I would say you would talk to, but maybe like your character will have like flashbacks of like working alongside Revan during the Mandalorian War,
Mm.
and you'll
Or
just
like
see Revan,
yeah, go ahead.
and you'll see Revan and maybe Malik, uh, transform to the dark side, and something is going to happen. I feel like your character is going to have that. I almost went bad too. Now I'm kind of putting myself off of the Force, kind of like the Exile. I feel like it's probably going to maybe feel like the Exile character a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
Or like
I'm closed
Luke
off.
in the Last Jedi.
Yeah, so that'll happen. I feel like that'll happen. Bastila is still up in the air for me, as if I feel like they'll bring her into canon. I mean, she's a popular character amongst some of the fan group, especially that know KOTOR. They even got an action figure of her of the Black Series, which is really cool, but not necessarily means one day she'll be canon, but there's still hope. I
Yeah.
don't see it happening though. I just don't
Yeah.
see that part happening because I feel like when you think of Old Republic, you don't think of Bastila, you think of Revan, you think of Malik. Those are the only two. You think of the bad guys.
Fair. They're pretty epic bad guys.
And
All right.
so,
Oh, sorry, go
okay, real quick, I was going to say, I feel so. We're going to see the end of the fate of the Old Republic is gonna. I guess what we're going to do is transition literally into the High Republic, which would be the next era. So we
Yeah.
might see some things there, which I'm praying Quantic Dream will get off of their sorry butts and finally fire their president and get somebody who isn't a terrible person in and finish this game. So that way we could have Old Republic and High Republic games coming out around the same time, because Star Wars Eclipse, which Quantic Dream is making, was announced 3 years ago. They have that beautifully done teaser trailer. Nothing
And
since then.
then nothing after that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all because apparently the leadership over at Quantic Dreams is having some issues. People don't really like this person because he's a terrible person, and nobody wants to work for a terrible person.
Yep.
So,
Very helpful. Helpful.
so
Thank
they're
you.
hoping that something's gonna shake it up, and I'm hoping this will probably snap something to where like, oh yeah, we have a game too. Let's put these two games because they're gonna be. I mean, they'll be different in some way too because Fate of the Old Republic is an RPG, whereas Eclipse is kind of like Heavy Rain and Detroit Being Human. So you play as different characters, make all these decisions, which I mean it would still be
Yeah.
fun, but because those games were kind of good. But I just want more older more older era Star Wars games. So hopefully Fate of the Old Republic works. Maybe we'll get. So let's see. So if Knights of the Old Republic is KOTOR, are we gonna start calling this FOTOR now?
I almost
Start
did
calling
that in the title of this episode. I almost said KOTOR and FOTOR. And then I was like,
KOTOR and
no, I
FOTOR.
can't do that. I can't do that. Not yet. I can't be the first one to do it. If other people start doing it, like when it comes time near release day, then I'll start doing it. But I don't want to be the first. Any final thoughts about FOTOR? Do you want to are you excited about it or?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think I was more excited about this than I was Galactic Racers, in my opinion, just because I was a big fan of KOTOR when it came out. I have the actual discs of KOTOR, KOTOR 2 somewhere in my closet right now.
Yeah.
But now I can just play it on my iPad and you know have a merry old time that way. Which
Oh
we're
yeah,
still also
you got to replay both before
yeah.
before KOTOR comes out. I guess we're calling it
Twitch
KOTOR now. I've done it like
we're
3
gonna call
times.
it KOTOR. We're gonna
Let's
call it
do it.
KOTOR. So I mean, hopefully though, before KOTOR, we'll have the KOTOR 2 remake that's coming out for play.
Yeah.
But I think it's only a PlayStation 5 exclusive. So
That's annoying.
but
I mean, I
we'll
probably
see.
wasn't going to play it anyway, but yeah. Yeah, those aren't my type of games. Racer is definitely my type of game. I think it's one of those just niche games where you have to be into vehicle games. Like I was really into Squadrons, and that was like the most niche community ever. It was like it got no dev support after a year. It's still going, but like there's no more updates or balancing or anything. So if you figure out an exploit, it's yours forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be cool.
And I'll be streaming that
oh,
though.
sorry, go ahead.
So I'll be streaming that on my Core World on my Core World channel when that comes out.
That's a teaser for the plugs that I'll be doing at the end of the episode. Don't let me forget this time. So let's go to our last segment, which is Star Wars trivia. If you are still with us, we are doing we always at the end of the episode, Marty comes up with a trivia question that always has to do with whatever we talked about during the episode. So I assume that this one will be either about KOTOR or FOTOR, and I'm pretty screwed because I don't know much about that at all. So we will try it together, and you can tell me in the comments. You can put the answer in the comments. There's no cheating or anything. Just whatever. I'll get my answers from you this time. I'll cheat by looking at the comments. So yeah, hit us, Marty. What you got?
All right, so yeah, it is a Legends question because it's from KOTOR. But what was the name of the ship that your characters used to travel in both KOTOR and KOTOR 2? Was it A, Ebon Hawk, B, Molded Crow, C, Scimitar, or D, Outrider?
Okay, I see that Human Wolfpack is guessing A, and that was a quick answer, and I am sure that they know it. But I feel like I also would have landed on A because I know the Scimitar is Darth Maul's ship. The Outrider is from something else. I don't remember what it's from, but it's from something else, and I don't think that if I know it, I don't think it's from KOTOR. And then the other one, you just picked a bird. You just said Moldy Crow because Hawk is in there, and you wanted a different bird in there as a distractor. So my guess would have also been A as well.
Let's see. Shall we?
Maybe.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
Never loads.
There it goes.
Come on.
Oh, come on. There we go. I say it loaded on my end. Hey.
Work, Human Wolf Pack.
Believe it or not, though, Molded Crow is an actual name of a ship in Star Wars.
Really?
So I didn't come up
Whose
with
ship
that.
is the Moldy Crow?
Yeah. Kyle Katarn's, and that you play as in Dark Forces and Jedi Knight game.
Moldy Crow. They have crows in Star Wars?
I guess.
All right. Well, that was trivia, and that brings us to the end of our show. Before we go, I want to do one more plug. We are at SW Culture Live everywhere, but you can also follow us. I am at Nerdiest Stepdad everywhere, pretty much every platform you can find. And Marty has just started a new streaming platform on which it's called Core World Gaming. Which platforms are you on? I know you're on Facebook and Instagram.
So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I stream mostly on Twitch. So
okay, cool.
You can find them there. And after I'm done streaming on Twitch, I usually upload the video to YouTube anyway. So right now, I don't do commentary, but This is good to
They
know.
have goats too.
Right now, I don't do commentary, but
Yet.
eventually I'll probably switch over to that soon. I am also working on basically graphics for it as well, like an overlay graphics, kind of like what we have here. They don't
Nice.
have it like officially Twitch wise, but there are like extensions you could add to Twitch where it does have like overlays. So I'm working on that
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
So you can find me on Twitch, uh, Facebook,
You play Star Wars games?
Instagram, Threads. I play Star Wars games. Right now it's mostly Star Wars Outlaws. I got
Yes.
nine parts in. Some of them will be like part 2 and then part 2 of 2, part 3, whatever of 2, because I kind of stopped midday, but like I don't consider that done with the part until the end of day. So I always say it's like part 2 of 2, whatnot.
Fair.
Or sometimes there might be some technical issues too that kind of interrupt it.
After trying to stream sometimes on my own, that is definitely the way. Trying to get everything to work properly is, especially like all by myself while I am not a full-time streamer. Like it's like just and kids running around knocking into machines and the wires and cords and stuff. All right, so follow us, follow our show, and that is our show for today. We hope you enjoy what we're doing here. We like to try and bring positivity into the Star Wars fandom. Next week we will talk about Darth Maul and the upcoming and all this past stuff, the upcoming stuff, and if you have any questions or anything, shoot us a message, shoot us a comment on this video. But other than that, we hope you have a good week. We will see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. This is an announcement. We might be moving. Hey, Marty, you too. We might have to move this back. My kid is in theater and has rehearsals, and 7 o'clock is mighty stressful some days. So we might have to push it back to like 7:30. Just so that the entire family can get where they need to go. Mm-hmm. So just a heads up, we'll put an announcement out if that is the case. But until then, we will see you next week, probably 7, but maybe 7:30. And until then, may the Force be with you.